Bonjour les amis! Today we're going to talk about superlative. So saying the biggest, the smallest, the yummiest, the best, the worst, that type of thing. So the way to do this, the structure is similar to when you made comparisons. You would say that the first thing, the difference is that you put like the most beautiful of the whatevers, okay? Or the least would be le moins or la moins. If it's plural, you're going to have les. So le, la, and les would make a lot of sense there. So I'll give you some examples in a minute. Aussi would obviously not be used because you wouldn't say this is the as est zebra. It doesn't make any sense because you would need two things to compare. So, to give you some examples, ce zèbre est le plus grand des zèbres. So this zebra is the biggest out of all the zebras that I have. I can't hold them all in the picture, but this is the biggest of the zebras. So here we have le because it is a masculine singular noun. And then here it's plural because you have more than one zebra. It's the biggest out of all the zebras that I have. I might say, if I'm talking about this guy, ce zèbre est le plus petit des zèbres. So he's the smallest of the zebras, of all the ones that I have. If you have more than one, so these two are my biggest ones. Oh, whoops, sorry. That would help if I read my slide. So these ones are the smallest ones that I have. So I would say ces zèbres sont les moins grands que j'ai. The smallest that I have. Okay. So notice a couple of things. This is say because it's more than one zebra. We can tell it's plural because the S, the verb has to be plural. Sont. Les has to be plural. Grand has to have an S because we have more than one zebra that we're talking about. Ces zèbres sont les moins grands que j'ai. So the smallest, the least big, smallest. I could say les plus petits que j'ai, or I could say les moins grands. It's the same meaning. If I were talking about my bells, so I have my bell collection. So I have all kinds of little bells here. Some examples. This one is from Denmark, where my husband's family is from. So I might say, la cloche danoise est la plus grande de mes cloches. So out of all of the bells that I have, this one is the biggest. Okay, so it's not like you're adding est to something to say the most or the biggest or the smallest. You have to add these words. So la plus grande de mes cloches. Okay, the biggest of my bells, because it's feminine, I have la there, and I have an E here on grande. Notice I pronounce the D because of the E, grande. This is grand, this is masculine, plural. We don't pronounce the S, we don't pronounce the D, but here we do pronounce the D because of the E. La cloche danoise, la cloche danoise est la plus grande de mes cloches. Remember when we did comparisons, we said you never say something like plus bon, we say meilleur. Same thing when you're throwing in the superlative, saying the best or the worst. So bon changes to meilleur, mauvais changes to pire. You don't say the badder. You say the worst or worse. So if I wanted to say you are the best students in the school, vous êtes les meilleurs élèves de l'école. So I would put this les in there. That means the best. It's plural because there are more than one of you. There's an S here. There's an S here. And then it's not dans l'école. It's not in the school. It's de l'école. So la plus grande de mes cloches. That's a little bit different from English, so be aware of that. It's DEL apostrophe because that's a vowel right there. Cette leçon est la pire que nous avons faite. This lesson is the worst one that we've done. I don't know if that's true. It's an example. La pire. because leçon is feminine. We can tell it's feminine because it's set here. Never. So you would never say, to say the best, you would not say le plus bon. Does not exist. Just say le meilleur or la meilleure or les meilleurs. Or same thing with saying the worst. Le pire, la pire, les pires. Couple of examples. Ces chaussettes sont les plus confortables de ma maison. These socks are the most comfortable in my house. So plural verb are, not is. Les, les, plus confortable with an S, more than one sock. De ma maison. Another example. See if you can think of what it would be. If I wanted to say this is the smallest in the class, I think that's what the example is. Yep. Ce crayon, or the least big, is the way that I phrased it. Ce crayon est le moins grand de la classe. It's the smallest one in the class. De la classe, because class is feminine. Le, because crayon is masculine. Ce and le, they rhyme and they go together. How about this bracelet? I think it's pretty darn ugly. It's the ugliest of all the bracelets. How would we say that? Ce bracelet est le plus moche des bracelets. This bracelet is the ugliest, the most ugly is what you're saying. Des bracelets. Des, because we have more than one bracelet in the world. Le plus moche. Here's a watch. Here we're saying this watch is the best in the world. Cette montre, montre is feminine, est la meilleure. So not le, because montre is feminine. We just said la meilleure du monde. There's an E on here to agree with montre, which is feminine. Boots. How about these boots? What could we say about those? They are the prettiest, they're the ugliest, they're the best, they're the worst. See if you can think of a sentence in your head. You can pause the video if you want. Ces bottes sont les pires du magasin. So these boots, plural, sont, are, les pires, the worst, with an S, du magasin. They're the worst in the store. Du, because magasin is masculine, so de plus le changes to du. So we, again, don't say dans le, say du magasin. And that's it for today. Hope that was helpful. Bonne chance. And remember, le cours de français est le meilleur.